Welcome to the Siege of London 1016. This is 50 years before the invasion of William the Conqueror, and though this invasion may not be as famous, it is equally as impressive. So this is about Canute the Great invading England and taking on Edmund Ironside of England. Now, this battle is inspired by a YouTube video made by a YouTube channel called History March. It's all about the Battle of Azandun, which is the big battle between Edmund Ironside and Canute. So it's linked down in the video description. Definitely check out that channel and the video. It's really awesome. But this siege technically did not happen. There was no siege of London. London was besieged by Canute, but there was never a battle that took place. So what happened historically is that Edmund Ironside, after being defeated at Azandun in 1016, he fled with what was left of his army towards the Welsh to hopefully regroup an army and take on Canute again. Well, this is a what if where after the defeat of Azandun, he fell back to London to put up his final stand. It's gonna be a great show, guys. It's gonna be exciting, and how epic if this is actually how it ended historically. It'd be pretty crazy. Now we have the brave men of Wessex here, ready to defend and bring security to the city of London. And speaking of security, our sponsor for today's video is Surfshark VPN. VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. It protects your IP, your current location, and your browsing history. In an age where privacy is constantly in decline on the internet and censorship is on the rise, it is vital to have a VPN. It doesn't matter if you work on the internet, your business is on the internet, or you just use the internet for dank memes. I recommend everyone use a VPN. And that's why it's so important to have a Surfshark VPN, because if you want to protect your privacy, if you want to protect your IP address, it's as simple as connecting to a virtual network that will protect your location. It will protect your IP from harmful, potential hackers, or maybe you just don't want a company knowing where, what your IP is or what your location is. And how many times have you been on YouTube and you clicked on a video and it said unavailable in your country? Well, with a Surfshark VPN, you will be able to bypass that by connecting to a virtual network set in a different country. So for example, if you live in Germany and a video you want to watch is censored in your country, you can simply connect to a virtual network that is based in the United States or any other country where you can watch it. Not only can VPNs provide you security and a way to bypass censorship, they're also really fun. So for example, if you have Netflix, it's region locked. So there's like a UK Netflix, there's a US Netflix, there's a Canada Netflix. Say you want to watch a movie that's not on the US Netflix, which is where you live, but it's in the UK Netflix. Well, you can simply connect to a virtual network set in the UK and be able to watch the UK Netflix. It's really cool. So guys, if you look down in the video description, there is a link. It's surfshark.deals/Apollo. And if you use the code Apollo, you will get 83% off and 3 extra months for free. So not only do you get 83% off on your purchase, you also have 30 days to test out the VPN, and if you don't like it for whatever reason, you can ask for your money back. Guarantee all of your money back. So again, guys, link is down in the video description. Big thank you to Surfshark for the sponsor, and let's dive into this battle. All right, so the Danish invaders are here at the walls already. So we have Northumbria fighting with, well, the Danish. We have the Vikings here. They're just short of the walls here, but they're going to get ready to scale. Now, Wessex, England, is taking on the brute force of the Danelaw here of Northumbria. Now, most of the walls are not being defended, which you can see right here. They're just scaling in. They're rushing in. And I'm curious to see what England's going to do here. Wessex is going to do. They've got some long axemen looking ready to charge as soon as they see the enemy on the lower part of the, inside London. Now, over on this side, the defenders are kind of overlapping here a little bit. And still, the Danish have not charged in yet. So the Vikings are just now going through the first breach. And the Great Siege of London is getting spicy, as now all of the nations here, all of the factions are in the fight. We've got some mailed thanes taking on the mailed Herseer swordsmen. And forgive me if I mispronounce that. We've got some archers in the back. Really good position here. That's the great thing about that rubble. They have to charge over it, and it kind of props them up. And it makes them an easy target for the archers, where they can fire almost like straight forward. They don't have to arch their shot. So while that's going on, the walls are definitely getting overwhelmed by Northumbria, as Wessex is desperately trying to hold here. What do they got here? It looks like they got some Fjord Axemen, which are not the greatest of units. So I think all he's really doing with the Fjord Axemen is causing the invaders to kind of get stuck on the walls a little bit longer, to where the arrow towers can do some damage. At least that's what I assume. So he's just kind of using the poor Fjord Axemen taking on the brunt of the forces. Now they are scaling or running down the stairs, and they're rushing out into London, and that is where the long axemen have met the Danelaw mailed swordsman. I love the music in this game. It's beautiful. But they are fighting into, it looks like a wheat farm here. Is that a unit already breaking? Oh, wow. They have already wavered a little bit. They definitely need to send in some support here. They send in another long axeman unit in there, but they're holding back some Fjord Javies. And are these guys throwing, or are they going to have to wait here? I'm kind of surprised they don't have any more infantry kind of sitting in reserve. But this is a problem, because Northumbria is really pushing hard on this flank. Let's go back over to the other side. And oh my god! Man, the Vikings over here, it seemed like their attack was somewhat slow, but all of a sudden, they're everywhere. Look at all these blonde Vikings. And Mercia is definitely in a tough situation. They're going to try their hardest to try to hold here. But yeah, they are full on attacking. Look at this. The arrows just hitting them hard. But these guys are pretty well armored, or they're probably not taking too many losses to the archers. But this is a nice stand here by Mercia. Putting up a good defense. We got more archers opening fire. See how many kills? They only have 14 kills, so it's nothing crazy. I know they've only just kind of started, but still. It's tough killing those guys with the big round shields and lots of armor. The arrows, they have a tough time penetrating through that defense. And Canute is here. He wants the city. All right, now we got a charge from some horsemen. Oh my god. Yeah, look at this. I don't think Wessex even realizes that the Vikings over here have broken through his allies' defense. Now, we do have some axemen who have kind of turned and are defending this side, but these spears over here, the militia Fjord, kind of got off, caught off guard. Now they got to turn and face the Viking horde. Definitely a position I would not want to be in. Oh my god, look at that. That's awesome. So Wessex still looking pretty strong. It does look like they were able to push back the Vikings or Northumbria, who was charging in this area, I think it was the Javies that probably overwhelmed them. Let's see how many kills they have. Yeah. They have a decent amount of kills. 36, 28, and 22. That's a ton amount. That's a ton amount. You get what I'm saying. That's a lot. And they have pushed forward and now skirmishing reinforcements that are scaling the walls. So good on them. Oh, there's a cav charge over on this side. Are they going for skirmishers? Yes, they are. Some archers caught off guard. Let's see if they can hold their own. It doesn't look like it. They're breaking. And Wessex just seems like he's not responding quickly enough to this, like, rapid attack. Now, look at Mercia over here. Look at this front line between Mercia and the Danish here. Just impressive. Like, Mercia is doing everything he can, and he's reacting pretty well to the attackers' advancements here. But Wessex, on the other hand, seems to be kind of struggling, and all of their units are getting caught off guard. Look at it, they're charging through the gate. This unit over here is surrounded. Like, they are just storming in. The cav has run amok over here. And you can see that Wessex, this is what has me really confused. Wessex has fallen back across the river. He's going to be using these bridges. Now, this is the capture point right here in this graveyard. So symbolic. But this is where they're going to have to hold. And you can see Wessex has kind of gone across the bridge. He's probably going to flank with these units over here. But if I'm the attackers, my goal right now is figuring out a way to surround all these units, flank them, and, you know, quickly crush all these guys and try to prevent a big chunk of them from being able to fall back near the town center. Because that's going to be a tough location to attack. Now it looks like they've broken through Mercia over on this side. Got some Huscarls breaking through. Mercia still holding this flank, but it seems useless as all the other flanks have fallen. But these brave men in Mercia hold on. Very cool. And look at that. Look at that. Huge Mercian forest breaking. A huge river of Vikings and Danelaw, Northumbria troops are pushing through. And they have utterly crushed this defense. At least the initial defense. They just utterly crushed it. I mean, I felt like 5 minutes ago, pretty much 5 minutes ago, this battle just started. And within 5 minutes, Canute the Great has taken the outer walls of London. So now they're just got to clean up what's left. At this point, the defenders have to fall back and regroup. I don't like what I see here. They have a catapult marching towards the enemy. Now, does this catapult, it only has 28 kills. And it's going to run into, look at this. It's going to run to an ocean of Vikings. This is unfortunate for that artillery. And this is where the defenders have put up their final stand. Now, do I think there's a chance they can win this? Absolutely. They can still win this battle. Their initial defense was decent, but I think they really dropped the ball, at least Wessex kind of, by not watching how, you know, the Danes were just pouring in over here, and he didn't really react to it. But they didn't lose enough to where it's impossible for them to win. I mean, look at the balance of power. It's definitely in favor of the attackers, but the defenders have, well, the defenders' advantage of holding choke points, holding strategic locations. They also have these bridges. They've got a lot of reserves chilling over here. So, we'll see. what happens here. Now, they definitely want to watch this bridge here because they could rush through and get behind over this way. And here's the other thing. You got to try to defend the outer area of this little peninsula, which of course is where the town center is. You got to try to protect that because the attackers still have plenty of archers left, and if they set up archers back here, they're gonna, like, they could shoot everywhere all around these guys, and it could be disaster. So there is no slowing down these attackers. Look at this. What a mess. And that's the other bad thing about falling back to the town center in Thrones of Britannia, is that there is raiding in the game, and the more buildings they burn down, the less the fighting potential and morale of the defenders is going to be. Look at this poor archer. He's like, whoa. Oh, he's dead. He's like, why am I surrounded? Why am I in the middle of the fight? What plant is this? It's like giant lavender. I don't really know my flowers. So that's a big battle right there. If the defense has looked sloppy, the defense has looked very sloppy, but again, they can come back and win this one. They got some long axemen going against the Danelaw spearmen, the Skarls. It's going to be a tough fight for these Mercian men, but they are going to fight nonetheless. Now we have some Thanes. These guys are really good. The Earl's Thanes. So it's up to them to hold this flank. And now Wessex is over here. Okay, good. I'm glad they have a unit watching the bridge. You cannot let the enemy take these bridges. Oh, man. They still have so many troops. Look at this. And they have a ton over here. This is going to be brutal. And that's why it was such a shame that they lost that catapult early on in the battle, because that catapult could be shooting right now into this blob. But look at this. They are holding. The Royal Huscarls of Mercia holding very well and actually causing some of the Vikings to break. All right, so now we've got a lot of spears from the Vikings setting up on this flank. We've got some units just kind of waiting in reserve here. I think they're waiting to break these guys, and then they're going to push in. Lots of arrows coming down, random arrows. You know, you love to see it. Ooh, these guys are getting hit hard by arrows. Not good. You do not want your Royal Huscars to die from arrows. They're very weak to arrows. That's not a good sight. Oh, man. Wessex is breaking here. Mercia is breaking. More and more Vikings just piling in, and they're going to send up reinforcements. You might want to send in these Royal Huscarls into this fight here. Oh, look at this. The bridge battle. Bridge battle underway. We've got 3 units of axemen attacking the barricade. They've already destroyed the barricade. All right, guys, sorry about that. Unfortunately, I crashed there. Thrones of Britannia crashes all the time in replays. I don't know why, and that's a big reason why I don't upload as much of this game as I would like to, because when this game crashes, it's a big old headache. Anyways, what I noticed while these forces were fighting and I was reloading the battle replay, we've got a lot of defender cav outside of the city. I think there's another one. Was there? There was more. Hold on. Where'd they go? Hold on. They're over here now. Look at this. So they have snuck around. Originally, they were like over here. They have gone all the way around, and this might be pretty big. If they can actually pull off some good cab charges here without the enemy really noticing at the start of the, you know, the charging, then they might be able to cause a lot of breakage, a lot of breaking in the army. But we'll see. Look at the chaos of this battle. I love the sound effects of this battle as well. Just amazing. So the center is still holding, but only just for the defenders. It might be time for them to fall back over here, because this is a more narrow defensive position. Oh my god, big push over here as well by the attackers. A big old push. Well, that's exciting. And look at that. They've actually broken a decent amount of units here. This is getting pretty wild. Look at it. Both sides are just throwing in troops left and right. Try to maintain this front line. Look at now, even archers are going in. Armored archers. Let's go see what else is happening over on this side, where the Vikings are trying to take control of the gates. This is a good move here by the Danes, where they're attacking across the bridge, and they also are attacking from the wall. That's the other thing they got to look out for. They can send units over here, but it does look like Wessex is victorious. I'm seeing a breaking unit over here, so they might be able to break away from here and reinforce this this bridge. And oh, this is still getting pretty wild here. The Vikings very close to breaking through, and if they do, that's the closest they are to getting this town center. So, I like what the Vikings are doing here, is that they're blocking the bridge, not because they want to eventually attack it. They're just defending the flank of this force. And look at, they actually called off the attack. If I'm Wessex, I would go in here. Yeah. From the bridge, too. I would attack. I would try to overwhelm, beat them here, and then keep pushing and just keep them pinned down by attacking them here. Yeah. Keep them pinned, and then you can flank around, because they don't have a lot of reinforcements over here. The Cav is still chilling over here, waiting for their moment. Can they pull this off? This is actually pretty cool. The defenders really had a tough time at the beginning, but they might be able to pull this off.
Defend the one true way. More missiles. Charge!
Now the Royal Hussar is still closing in. It looks like they're going across the bridge. Maybe they're going to go around this way, flank around, because he notices more Vikings are coming this way. Oh, no, he's coming back. We got a little charge here. That's cool. Imagine being a part of that small unit right there. Pretty awesome. Royal Hussars lining up. If I was them, yeah, try to get behind this unit here. See, Wessex has the advantage of units. Come on, charge these guys. No, not that. No. Because you're not going to hit the flank. You want to hit the flank of this unit, break them, and then flank around this unit. I think that was a missed opportunity there. But still, it looks promising over there for Wessex. The only thing, though, is they're starting to run out of men over in this front line against the Vikings. Some Thanes over here doing God's work, trying to hold the line against these heathens. This looks more promising on this front, this defense here, for the defenders, but it still looks troubling. Wessex lost an opportunity there big time. They still can do it. Like, they need to surround these guys. That's the fastest way of killing them. Oh, well, these guys are breaking now, so the opportunity's kind of lost. Also, these guys need to attack. Attack these guys. These guys get away from the walls. I mean, I guess they could send in reinforcements, which it looks like they are. But this could have been a big opportunity to kill a lot of the Vikings by using more numbers than they have. But that opportunity is fading away like sand through a fist as more and more troops are coming around. All right, so this center is falling. We have the Mercian royal companions putting up a good fight, but how long can they hold? Over here as well, we actually have some breaking from the attacking side. See, for the defenders to win this, they need to win somewhere. They need to have a minor victory somewhere on this battlefield or in this settlement. And when I look around, this was their best bet. But now they're falling back. They're going to regroup, I assume, with the king, Edmund Ironside, as he puts up his final stand. Now we have Royal Huskars charging in, I think against more Huskar, the Jarl's Huskarls. Huskarl v Huskarl, that would be a disgusting matchup. And they've got Fjord Javelinmen as their final stand unit. Really, it comes down to the Royal Bodyguard. Oh, look at this. Wait. Okay, I thought there was more breakage here from the Vikings, but it's only 1 or 2 units. Here comes a charge. Nice. Just trying to get some shock troops in there to break them. Mercia has given England their all. They've done everything they could to try to hold. And there he goes. The King of Mercia. Prince of Mercia. And over here, this is a lost cause as the attackers have broken through. The men are dying. And Mercia's stand is over. That's a lot of reinforcements. So, I think it's going to come down to the Cav for them to win this battle. If there's any chance for them to win this, it's up to the Cav, which is silent. Why can't we hear them? It's because technically this is the perspective through the attackers. There we go. Now we can hear the Cav. Because they were kind of far away. But this is where they hope they can stand. There we go. The king has fallen back. There we go. Mercian general is dead. He has fallen to the heathens. The heathens that live in huts. And their most promising area is over here for the defenders. And it's not that promising. And look at this. They've got a unit of can they raid? They actually don't have the raiding trait. But these buildings are burning. Someone's raiding these buildings.
Let's do this, lad.
It looks hopeless for Edmund. There we go. Whoa, enemy general dead. That could throw a wrench in the game. Oh, and here we go. Cav charging in. But by the looks of this Cav charge, it doesn't look like it got anybody by surprise. Maybe they killed the general. I don't know. Yeah, this Cav charge didn't really do much. They probably saw it coming. Look at all the attackers that are left. Let's just go in and enjoy the last stand of the English, as in this simulation, the retreat to England would not pay off. In fact, it would be worse. So historically, what happens here is Edmund negotiates with Canute, and they basically split the kingdom, where Edmund gets the lower half of England and Canute gets the upper middle half of England. And I guess the agreement is that whoever dies, they take over the rest of it. So if Canute dies, Edmund would take over his lands and vice versa. Well, Edmund dies a month later after signing that negotiation. And the death of Edmund, obviously, there's a lot of suspicion because, you know, if he dies, Canute gets the rest of the kingdom. Some people say he died from battle wounds from this event. And then other people say, some say that he was stabbed while sitting on the toilet, like from underneath. Because I assume they had those like big toilets where someone could fit underneath, and just stabbed him with the spear, which is a horrible way to go. But which is possible, right? Because, you know, Canute wants all the territory. So, yeah, that's what happens. Canute takes over. And Canute was a really good guy, you know, relatively speaking, for the time period. And look at lots of breaking going on. So apparently Canute was not overly tyrannical, where, you know, he let the English people live by their customs. He didn't really change the laws, and he didn't really change much other than he was the ruler. That was about it. And this is all the info, like all this info I got from the video, which I linked down in the video description. So yeah, pretty cool. Honestly, I did not know much about this. Yeah, I didn't know much about this period of history. Like, I know William the Conqueror, of course, everybody knows William the Conqueror, but I didn't know much about Canute, and it's actually really impressive what he did. Like, in my opinion, Canute achieved just as much as William the Conqueror. And I think it was more challenging for Canute. Like, Edmund put up a great stand. Now, Edward, or Harold of, right, Harold? Yeah, Harold of England. Hold on, there's a nice little push here by the Huscarls. That's probably going to wrap it up. But, you know, the king during William the Conqueror, he did a great job, too. He fought off 2 armies, nearly beating them both, but William the Conqueror, you know, was able to squeeze out a victory. And this is gonna be it for the English here. And it's now down to the general who charges in. This is where you drop your swords and you negotiate, but there is no negotiation because you have no power. You have no power here. Yeah, you gotta try to come from a position of strength. Oh my god, the general is down. I was expecting him to hold a little bit longer because there's still 4 minutes left in this replay. Looks like it's this unit over here, the spearmen, who hold, but they've broken as well. They're outie. And there you have it, guys. Oh, I see. It's the cav. So we'll fast forward here and see what the cav can do, but it's quite clear. Look at the bounce of power. There's like no red at all, and there we go. The cav has fallen back. I'm just trying to look. There we go. Pyrrhic victory. That time is off. I don't know. It's weird. Let's end the replay and look at the results. So this was a fun little what if scenario. This was sent in by Cassius the 5th. He always sends in these really awesome battle replays. But yeah, this was a tough one for the defenders, but a fun one nonetheless. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle as much as I did. This was a blast to watch. And I hope you guys, wait, does he have units here that did not die? Look at this. He has 3 units that did not, they saw action, but they're completely healthy? Am I seeing this right? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. This was a great battle, but it just wasn't enough for England. And again, be sure to check out Surfshark VPN. Big thank you for them for the sponsor. And, of course, check out the channel where this battle was inspired by. So thank you guys, and I'll see you next time on the battlefield.